Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'm going to be profiling for you my Dark Magician deck. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting to see a deck profile of this deck. I was waiting for Dark Illusions to come out, waiting to get my hands on all the cards and everything, and I've been testing this deck out a lot over the last week and a half, and I've been testing it online for a long time. This is the build that I like as of right now. It is still subject to change because the deck is fairly new over here, and I may find different player preferences. But this is the build I like as of right now, and it works the best. As you guys have known for a long time, for like what, 2.5 years, back when the original Dragons of Legend came out with Eye of Timaeus, I was running the Spellbook engine in the deck for a long time. I have completely cut that out of the deck because you no longer need it. Dark Magician is a full-fledged archetype now. You pretty much have all the cards. We got a lot of new spellcaster support. We got a lot, Dark Magician as an archetype now and his own support cards. But yeah, we are missing one card, which is Eternal Soul, which is supposed to be coming out. It's a great trap card, which is really awesome. But it's going to be coming out, I believe, in October of this year or November of 2016, one or the other. But also, I want to mention, I apologize for taking up so much time, but a lot of people everyone always asks me, who is this person on this playmat? Every time I use it. This is Matat. Matat was used when Jaden was facing Trigodia in the GX manga. When he was facing Trigodia, he special summoned Matat, and Matat destroyed Trigodia. But yeah, for some reason it does contain all the Millennium items this monster does, but everyone always asks me that question. So we run the 3 original Dark Magician. I run my 2 original ones my brother used to play, and the Arcana one that came out last year. I love these iconic artworks, so that's why I chose them, and they have good memories, especially these 2. But yeah, 3 Dark Magician, pretty much staple in the deck. Next we run 3 Magician of Dark Illusion. You could run 2 or 3 of this, it's up to you. But pretty much, believe me, it has 2 effects, so I've always tried to remember them. But if you're on your opponent's turn and you activate a spell or trap card not in the battle the damage step, you can special summon this card. And if it's your turn, I remember, but one of them is you can special summon him, and the other one, pretty much, you can special summon a Dark Magician. But it's usually like you have to activate spell and trap cards to do so. I don't want to go into detail about it because I would have to pick up the card and read the entire effect for you. But that's pretty much how he works. He helps you go into rank 7s and is a pseudo Dark Magician, kind of like Alternative Dragon is a pseudo Blue Eyes White Dragon, or Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon for that matter. I mean, he even has the reverse stats of Dark Magician. 21,000 defense, 21,000 defense. 21,000 attack, 21,000 defense, 25,000 attack, 25,000 attack, same thing. But yeah, definitely a staple as a 3 of. You could run 2 of it though. Next we run 3 Magician's Rod. This card is pretty good. This card mainly is a Stratos sort of card for your deck. When Eternal Soul comes out, this card would be much better. But it's still good as of right now because you can search out pretty much any, I guess you could say, spell card, really, with trap card from your deck that has Dark Magician in its name, which is really awesome. So yeah, 3 Magician's Rod. Is it any monster or spell card? I forgot the top of my head. Yeah, spell and trap card. You can add 1 with spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician. So it's not like, it says Dark Magician in the name. So like, because, I guess you could say a good example is Eye of Timaeus. Because Eye of Timaeus says Dark Magician in its text, you can add Eye of Timaeus to your hand. Because Dark Magic Attack says Dark Magician in the text, you can add to your name. So it doesn't have to say Dark Magician up here on the name of the card. It's in the text. That's something that people have kind of gotten confused about, but yeah. Next, I run 1 Magician's Robe. I may cut this later on when Eternal Soul comes out, but I do like the card as of right now. It's pretty good. Magician's Robe, pretty much, is a pseudo Dark Magician again. You can, I believe it was, the main effect is you can pretty much special summon a Dark Magician with this card. That's the main reason we run him. So it's another way of getting Dark Magician out. Then we run 2 Chocolate Magician Girl. Oh my gosh. I have started to fall in love with this card, and the draw power this card can do is amazing. You can discard one spellcaster type monster from your hand, draw a card. If you get clunky hands, this baby is your out. And I run it in combination with Summoner Monk. I saw this on, I know Cyber Knight runs a similar build to me, but I read this like on Pojo, like, oh gosh, like back in June or something like that. It was like June or July of this year, and I saw people running Chocolate Magician. I said, oh yeah. And when I was playing Dark Magician Girls a couple weeks ago, which I'm going to be profiling soon for you guys, I found out how good this card was, and I was like, I gotta incorporate this card. It's too good. And I really like it. You can use Summoner Monk. There's some really, really awesome plays that you can do, which I'll show you very quickly here. So you can go Summoner Monk, pitch a spell card, okay, basic stuff here. Special summon your Chocolate Magician Girl. Pitch, let's do the perfect scenario here. I pitch Dark Magician to the graveyard. Okay? Okay. I drew a card. Okay? Random card I drew. Now I'm going to go into Daigusto Emerald. Old play here. I'm going to detach whatever one I want to detach, and then I can special summon a Dark Magician back from my graveyard. Best case scenario. And because you're going to have Dark Magicians in your graveyard most likely, you know, Daigusto Emerald's amazing. Especially in this deck. But yeah, that is one little play you can do. But it can help you just go for rank 4 plays and draw power. And on her own, she's just a good card. She can special summon a Dark Magician. I mean, there's just so many good things about this girl. And I like her, and I love her artwork. And she is Bae for Dark Magician. Dark Magician Girl left her and left Coco Magician Girl. Next, I run 2 1-ofs here. I run Dark Magician of Chaos, and I run Matat. This is a debatable thing. Dark Magician of Chaos, amazing card. You can either run 2 Dark Magician of Chaos, which is plausible, or you can run Matat and Dark Magician of Chaos. Now, from playing around with this deck, I'm testing this out. I'm still testing to see, hey, do I want this when I'm drawing and playing my duels, you know, like say, hey, would I prefer this Matat to be a Dark Magician of Chaos, or is Matat doing good enough? Because the fact of the matter is, Matat's a good card. You know, if you draw this card, not, you know, doing your draw phase, you can go, oh, special summon, okay, if it gets destroyed, I get to special summon out a Dark Magician. It's pretty nice. Dark Magician of Chaos, in turn, is just a good card in general. Yes, it's at the end phase you get the spell card, but still, this deck revolves around spells. It's a great card. So I like both of these as 2s, and I'm sorry I'm touching a lot of my cards a lot, but I'm really excited. But yeah, I like these as 1-ofs. You can try running 2 of these and none of these, but it's up to you as a player to decide. But the Coco Magician Girl, guys, try it out. It's really good. Next, 3 Magician's Circle, probably one of the most expensive cards in the deck right now. Cards kind of like a pseudo-tanky. The fact that I can look, it's kind of like if Pot of Duality and Tanky had a baby, that's what it was. I mean, kind of, because you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck on activation, and if any of those cards say Dark Magician card in their text, kind of like Magician's Rod, you can add them to your name, or if they're Dark Magician itself, you can add it, which is awesome. Card's really, really good. I'm going to read you the full effect because it's a very good card. When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician or Dark Magician spell trap card that specifically listed in its text. And then also you can place the top cards of that you looked for them, so you can stack your deck, kind of, which is really nice with Matat, which I have done before with Matat, because if you look at it, you see this in your top 3 cards, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll put this on top of the deck. So that's another reason why you can run it. And then you can target 1 card your opponent controls and banish it. So when a Dark Magician card is special summon, you can target 1 card your opponent has and banish it too. So it's just a good card, and it works very well with Matat, which I've done that before. But it's a staple. It's a great card. It's searchable. It's amazing. Power. I love this deck. Next, I run 2 Dark Magic Attack. I will probably cut this down because it will be so searchable when sorry for hitting my box. Eternal Soul comes out. When Eternal Soul comes out, this card will be much more searchable. Right now, I like as a 2-of. It's literally our Harpy's Feather Duster. That's exactly what this card is. I've had these forever, these hollow versions of the card, but yeah, it's a Harpy's Feather Duster. You have Dark Magician out in the field. You have so many different pseudo-Dark Magicians. You can just go, oh, Dark Magic Attack. Let me blast away your Pendulum Zones in that back row. And people just don't see it coming. Unless they've played against a Dark Magician deck before, they just don't see it coming. And I've played against competitive players before, and they're just like, oh, fudge, I didn't think of that. It's a great card. So I like it as a 2-of. I may cut it down to 1-of when because it'll be a lot more searchable in the future. Next, I run 2 Eye of Timaeus, my secret rares. No, these are not the reprints. Thank you to the guys on the channel. Thank you to you guys that have been on this channel and subscribed to me for a long time. Back in the day, back in 2014, you guys helped me get this through the Google AdSense. So thank you to my old subscribers out there. That's why I was able to build Dark Magician a long time ago. But Eye of Timaeus is great in this deck. So why is it great? Well, it helps you go for 2 great cards, I feel like. And still, even with all the new support and the meta, they're good. And that, number 1 is Dark Paladin, and number 2 is Amulet Dragon. So, let me go over here what these cards do so you understand. Eye of Timaeus, you can search it out now, which makes it so much more better. But Dark Paladin is kind of like a pseudo, you can negate spells. It's kind of like a magic jammer. And against pendulum decks, it can be a hassle, especially with other cards out there like Dark Magic Attack. You kind of like an anti-pendulum build. And Dark Paladin against spell-heavy decks, it's really good against that. Amulet Dragon, generically, is a little bit better. Because the fact of the matter is, you can special summon it. I can banish all my spells from either player's graveyard. He gains 100 attack for each spell, which is really nice. So he can get up to like over 3,000 and run over Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is nice unless you're running into Blue Eyes Chaos Max, but still. Also, when it's destroyed by battle, or when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon out a Dark Magician, and that can lead on to other plays as well. So these are the 2 reasons. This is the reason you run the 2 Eye of Timaeus. You could run 3 Eye of Timaeus, but I wanted to cut down on space. It's not the be-all, end-all card like it used to be. It wasn't you go for Eye of Timaeus or you go for broke. You know, back when I first built this deck, that's the mentality you had. You had to get Eye of Timaeus, you had to get Dark Magician out in the field, and you had to go for broke. Now it's not all about that. You have other ways. So I like the 2 Eye of Timaeus. It's still very nice to have. Then I run 2 Illusion Magician. This is a quick play spell, which can work in combination with what's that card called? Magician of Dark Illusion. So you can use these quick play spells to help with Magician of Dark Illusion, which I've done before. You pretty much can add 1, is it 1 or 2? It's 2, I know. To add, tribute 1 spellcaster type monster, add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So it comes in handy with certain plays, but yes, I do like the 2 Illusion Magicians. Next I run 2 Allure of Darkness. You have everything's a dark target except Cocoa or Chocolate Magician Girl, because she's a water attribute for some reason. I don't know how chocolate is water, but whatever. I'm not gonna go into detail. But 2 Allure of Darkness, it's staple. You could run Pod Dualities in the deck because you are special summoning on your opponent's turn, but I do like the 2 Allure of Darkness in the deck. It works out perfectly fine with me. And sometimes you get cloggy hands, you just banish it, go off. Then I run for some 1-ofs here, which we'll go over very quickly. We run 1 Dedication Through Light and Darkness, a quick play spell that helps you get out pretty much your Dark Magician of Chaos, which is awesome. You get 1 Dark Magical Veil. This we'll talk about in a second. And Dark Magician Expended. So that's in my card. This card right here can help you out of clunky hands and situations. Also, the fact of the matter is, I do like the card because it can reborn things and go off combo plays. However, when Eternal Soul comes out, this I'm going to cut probably. Most likely. I may keep 1 though, who knows. Dedication Light Through Lightness and Darkness, I already talked about this. Special Summon your Dark Magician of Chaos. This card, you gain different effects depending upon how many Dark Magicians you have in the graveyard. And it's very, very useful and very helpful. So I do like that card. Then the last spell cards we run out, because I don't want to take up too much time. 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Regeki. I know Upstart Goblin can mess around with Matat, but I wanted a little bit more draw power. I thought Upstart Goblin, Soul Charge, what other 1-ofs could I run? And I said Upstart Goblin, a little bit extra draw power. Who cares? Regeki, clear the board, attack. It's simple. It's non-targeting removal. Then we run our trap cards, which we run a pretty good amount, but still they're good. Three Magician's Navigation. This card's amazing. I'll read it quickly for you. Special summon one Dark Magician from your hand. Then special summon from your hand. Then special summon one level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician except this turn, it was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one spell trap card in your opponent controls and have its effects negated. Which does come in handy when you face that last effect there, when you're facing like against a field spell oriented deck. It does come in handy, but that's why you run Dark Illusion. Where is he? Because you can add it to your hand, then you use this, you go off, and then you do your shenanigans. So 3 Magicians Navigate. I think it has a beautiful artwork, and I'm actually happy this was a secret. It looks so beautiful. Then other trap cards we run, guys. We run 2 Dark Renewal. This, I was thinking of running some other cards, but I went with Dark Renewal. In the future, I'll probably run Eternal Soul instead of this. But that's just me. And then lastly, I run the Solemn Brigade, 2 Solemn Strikes, and a Warning. I wanted some protection. That's all I wanted, so protection for that. On to the extra deck. We run 2 Ebanon Illusion Magician. This is the Show and Jump Alpha one I got a while ago. But this card's your main, it's more, compared to Ebanon High Magician, which is more defensive, Ebanon Illusion Magician is more offensive. They're both good cards, but I do like Ebanon a little bit better, Illusion Magician a little bit better because you can special summon Dark Magicians and do a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans. But that's just me. So those are the cards you run. Then for your fusions with Eye of Timaeus, I run 2 Amulet Dragon, my secrets from back in the day, and 2 Dark Paladin. So yeah, Dark Paladin, I already said before, it's a magic jammer. Amulet Dragon, just a good generic beater that can reborn a Dark Magician and do things and just be very powerful. It's a card your opponent's going to have to answer with some type of monster or effect or exceed. So yeah, it can throw them off kilter. Then I run, for your rank 7s, I run Big Eye, which is a spellcaster, which I used to use, but it's spellbooks, but no longer. Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon. I don't know if you guys can see what that is, but that's Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon. Dragosack. These are the rank 7s I run. The main ones I go for is number 11, Big Eye. These 3 right here. Sometimes you do go for Dragosack because it can be helpful, but that's just me. On to the rank 4s you run, because you do run the Summoner Monk with Choco Magician. Though I wish Magician's Rod was level 4. That would just been so much more better, but whatever. Dagusto Emerald. You can run dose of these with 2 of them. I decided to run 1. 1 is all I've always seemed to need in this build of Dark Magician. It's not like where you're dumping them to the graveyard all the time, and you don't have a consistent rank 4 engine, but just 1. Performer Pile Trapeze Magician. I'm testing this card out. It's coming in handy. Your generically good card, Castell, and your Utopia engine, kind of. Number 39 Utopia and number S39 Utopia, the Lightning, because it's just a good card that can help get over things. If you're in Europe and you don't have this card yet, just run your 101s and your other good generic rank 4s, I would say, instead of this card. But when it does come out to you guys in Europe, I would run this, because it does come in handy, and you can go into it and it does come in handy. But I do like this card. It's coming in handy, and Castell has been doing great. And Dagusto Emerald, you gotta run it if you're running the rank 4 engine in the deck. It's too good. You can reborn a Dark Magician, and you can even recycle your cards and get some draw power off of it. It's just too dang good, in my humble opinion. But that is the Dark Magician deck for you guys. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I had fun profiling this deck for you. Yeah, there's not much more I can say. I've really pretty much spoke everything. I will update this deck for you guys when Eternal Soul comes out. So give me some time to get the card, give me some time to test the card, and then I'll profile it for you guys. But when Eternal Soul comes out in, I think, October or November, I will profile it for you guys. A new version of Dark Magician. But, till next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling, and go Dark Magician. And I'm so happy Konami's revamped Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. I mean, heck, Blue Eyes White Dragon won Worlds. I would love to see a YCS Dark Magician versus Blue Eyes White Dragon in 2016. If it ever happens, that would be awesome. But no matter. Till next time, guys, take care and good luck dueling to all of you.